Let me say it again. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First, I have to say thank you all so much. So much for the overwhelming amount of love and support, and it was just like I watched the community come together in reference to my last video. I got such a positive response about my anxiety story, and I cannot thank you enough. So if you're back today, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks to deal with anxiety. These are some things that have worked for me. Maybe you can try them out. They might help you too. Before we get started, let me clean my room. My first tip is to clean your space, because honestly, a clean environment for me leads to a clear mind. If I'm having a rough week or if I'm having a bad day, usually my space, like my room, reflects it. Like I'll come in, I'll throw my things down on the floor, and I'll just throw my body in the bed. Papers get everywhere, clothes, shoes, anything that I touched kind of just leaves not where it's supposed to be. It's out of place, and at the end of the week or at the end of the day, I have a huge mess in my room, and then I feel like overcrowded and overwhelmed because my space is messy. So anxiety tip number one is to clear your space, to clear your mind. Also, when I'm feeling anxious, my room, a lot of people who come into my room say that it's like over the top with decorations and decor. If you're in a rut and you feel like you can't break the mood that you're in, reorganize your room. I feel like out of all of the things that can stop anxiety, the biggest one, and I mean the biggest one, for me at least, staying off of social media. Let me say it again. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Stay off of social media as much as you possibly can. Social media is a trap, because you get on there and you start feeling bad about yourselves because you're looking at what everybody else is doing. You're comparing your life to the life of someone else. You see people happy in love. You see people, getting engaged and getting married and having babies and posting their straight A grades and 4.0 GPAs, and everything is just butterflies and rainbows and happiness. I'm here to tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, it is all a show. It is all to put this perception to the world that their life is perfect. And I'm telling you, nobody is up on social media posting their F's and their C's and their eviction notices or their past due balances or any of that. Nobody is going to post their struggle. And so you look around and everybody's so perfect, and that is the quickest way to make you feel like you are not enough and you're not doing enough. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not here for it. So stay off of social media. I know we're all guilty of it. We all like to be involved, but I'm saying take a healthy break from it. Sometimes I have to delete the apps off my phone. Take a break from the virtual world and go out and enjoy the real world, because there's more to life than these networks that we're all trapped in. So if you're in the heat of not feeling so well, something you can do is to beautify yourself. Get your nails done, do your hair, paint your toes, give yourself a facial. If you look good, if you feel good, if you can push yourself, because I know that it's hard when you're feeling anxious or if you're feeling depressed. Sometimes I'm neglect my hygiene. I'm bearing my truth. Only wear sweatpants and big shirt. If you can push yourself to
be a little fancy.
I can almost guarantee you that you will feel just a little notch better. Something quick that you can do when you're feeling anxious is to listen to fun music, happy music. Trying a new hobby is such a good way to break you out of it. I took to painting nails. I dedicated myself to perfecting the craft, and when I was overwhelmed, I would go to my friends and family members and I would beg them to let me do their nails. But it really helped me get through what I was going through. So some people like to do makeup, some people take to crafting, painting, writing creative pieces. I also like to write down and track my moods. So I have a dry erase calendar. This idea came from my Aunt Kimmy. She told me that every day I should rate my day from 0 to 10, 0 being a really, really, really bad day as far as anxiety or sadness or anything like that, and 10 being a good day, an excellent day, happy. Every day or at the end of every month, I can look back at how I was feeling, and I can kind of track patterns. When I am feeling anxious, it really helps to talk to a friend. Even if you don't have to talk about your feelings, you don't have to have constant therapy sessions with your friend, but if you guys just talk about anything, it helps to not feel so alone. Whenever I get really down in the dumps, I always call either my Aunt Kim or my sister or my best friend Greg. A nice thing to do when you're feeling anxious is to write in a journal. Write down your thoughts. Release them from your mind and put them into a journal. If you're having a panic attack or your mind is racing and you're feeling overwhelmed, get it out of there. Get it out of your mind. Put it down on paper into a journal. I know everyone isn't religious or spiritual, but I happen to be a woman of God, and I write down my prayers in a journal. My next tip is to breathe, plan, and refocus. So, does anybody else know that feeling? You have so many things you need to get done. You have an overwhelming amount of tasks that need to get done, or you have deadlines coming up. So I'm sure that if not everybody, I know that my college students can relate. When you have way too much to do, so you do nothing, there's so many things I need to get done, let me just take a nap. Guilty. What I like to do is I like to make lists. Lists are a lifesaver. When all of it is in your mind, your mind has infinite possibilities and ways to make you overwhelmed. So what I like to do is I like to write a clear and concrete list of things that need to get done. It helps me map out how I can do things one step at a time. I like to use my iPad. There are 3 apps that I like to use. One is called iStudies Pro. It helps me keep my schoolwork organized. I can write down what assignments are due and when. It keeps it all organized in one. In addition to that, I have a calendar where I can see what the month is in store. I can map out the month. And then I just have iPhone or iPad notes. They have the option to make a checklist and put it down on your phone and then check it off as you complete each item. Seeing the list of things you have to do on paper will be entirely and completely less overwhelming than having it in your mind. When you see it, it's oh, okay, that's actually not as bad as I was thinking. I really hope these tips helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.